Hello, I'm Jeff Whitener along with Ray Halbrook, and we are bringing you the Viking Insider program here for Jefferson College. Ray, before we get started, talk a little bit about what we're hoping to accomplish here with our show on JCTV.
Well, absolutely. It's something that we're just going to take a look at, just the in-depth look at players, coaches, maybe even talk about some of the folks' parents, kind of that whole in-depth Viking look at what it's like to be a Jefferson College Viking here. There's an amazing amount of great programs here, and we just want to be able to cover that and highlight for the guys.
Well, and getting that word out to the community, I think, is really important, that folks know that not only is this someone where their kids can come, but this is some place that the whole family can enjoy a lot of different things, not only the athletic programs that come out and watch and support, but also some of the other great things, the great events that happen here at the college as well. And it's really a place that can be a focal point of the community for Jefferson County.
Absolutely. I think that there's a lot of untapped potential here at Jefferson College to take a look at. We've had a lot of parents from high schools come and take a look and, well, what's really going on over here at Jefferson College? Well, we're going to give you a chance to take a look at that, up close and personal. And we hope to accomplish being able to kind of get that vibe of what Jefferson College athletics is about.
And we certainly want to thank JCTV for the opportunity to bring this to you, and a partnership with what we do. And it's a situation that, like Ray said, we're going to take you behind the scenes as much as possible on how these different programs work, how these different events work. And I'll talk to the people involved, whether they're administrators, coaches, players, as you mentioned, parents, everyone involved with the program. So we're delighted to be able to bring this to you, and it's an incredible opportunity, and we're looking forward to it.
Absolutely.
When I first walked on campus at Jefferson College, I was so excited.
I knew I wanted to be here. This is amazing. This is where I belong.
Jefferson College offers the quality, flexibility, and affordability that I'm looking for.
The beautiful campus and friendly atmosphere make me feel welcome.
You belong here.
You belong here.
You belong here.
You belong here.
You belong at Jefferson College. Classes start soon. Learn more at jeffco.edu.
Great moments are born from great opportunity.
Hello and welcome to Viking Insider. I'm your host today, Ray Halbrook. We have today Coach C.B. Walker from the Jefferson Vikings ladies basketball team. Coach, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself?
Awesome, awesome. This is your first season as the Lady Vikes coach. A little background on yourself. We did a little investigated reporting on our end here. You're a Vashon graduate from 2008. You played for and you're an assistant coach at Wabash Valley and Kentucky Wesleyan. And we'll talk a little bit about your nickname as well, Mr. CB, but give us a little more background on yourself, getting yourself into this first season with the Lady Vikes.
I'm originally from St. Louis. Graduated from Vashon High School. In high school we was well known throughout the states. We was ranked #1 in the country at one point my freshman year before losing to Tyler Hasbro at state. We was 30-1 that year. Ended up winning the state title before I ended up graduating high school. Went over to Wabash Valley College as a player, then transferred over to Kentucky Wesleyan. Both spots was all about winning. I've been around it for a long time. High school prepared me for that. My whole career of playing basketball has been nothing but wins. So I was really excited about that. After Kentucky Wesleyan, me and my wife and my kids, we went to Rockford for a couple years. She was in med school, and then we found our way back home, which was Mount Carmel, and that's when I started coaching at Wabash Valley College.
Awesome, awesome. They call you CB, and we'll talk a little bit about that as well. CB stands for?
Cornbread.
And why does it stand for cornbread?
That was a childhood nickname given to me from my grandma. I got that around, say, probably age of 4. I found myself in the kitchen on Sundays with my face full of cornbread, in the pan, and it just stuck with me since. From grade school to high school, even in college, I never went by my first name. It was always cornbread. Awesome.
Well, can we call you cornbread too? Okay, perfect. Love it. What are some of the expectations this season for the Lady Vikes, and how are things going with practices right now?
With a new group and me being new as well, it's been going great. To be honest, one of the biggest things that I expect for them is to just go out there and compete and have fun. Having a new coach and turn around having almost 13 new girls that never played with each other, one of the biggest things, I just want them to go out there and have fun and compete. I feel like if they do that, everything else will take care of itself.
Absolutely. Has there been very much of an adjustment? Has there been, adjustments along the way here coming into the season, taking over as the new head coach?
Oh, definitely. Anytime you run into a position of something being new, it's always going to be adjustments and challenging. One of the biggest things for me is just adapting to women's basketball. At the end of the day, I want them to go out there and compete and play hard, but at the same time, you got to deal with certain things from young ladies, and it's a challenge. But they're giving me feedback. I'm getting feedback from the coaches as well. But from the moment I was hired, it's been great. Reaching out to some of the returning players and some of the new players, it's been great though.
Awesome. We don't want to get ahead of ourselves too much, but I know that you will also be the men's basketball coach next fall. So what is that? What do you expect the balance of taking on both squads to look like?
I think you definitely said the key word, balance. Myself, the AD, and my coaches, we're in a position to where we're trying to put together a balanced schedule, to where at least I can do a lot of doubleheaders with both groups. So that's our main focus of trying to get to that November and December schedule, trying to get a lot of doubleheaders so that way both programs are on the road at the same time and playing back-to-back games.
Very smart idea. I appreciate that. What is the recruiting process? What is that going to look like? Because I could see that being kind of a logistical nightmare as well.
Honestly, from both sides at this point, I wouldn't use the word easy, but it's been very, very nice. Simple fact, boys don't come into next year. I actually have the chance to take my time and recruit and not rush. So that's been great. And it's the same way with the girls as well. I don't have to rush to do anything. I'm allowed to get my feet wet with them this year and kind of see what I need to bring in and what we're looking forward to bringing in. So it's just one day at a time, figuring out who's going to be the best pieces to bring in to help run this program.
Absolutely. Last question for you. We're going to let you go here. Who is someone you look up to, or do you have a mentor?
Oh man, that list kind of goes. That list can be long. It can be long. Just on a personal level, my wife helped change a lot of things for me. She's very hardworking, and my kids see that. So that's definitely one that's definitely high on the list. As far as everyday life and basketball, I would definitely sit there and say, my high school coach, Anthony Bonner and Floyd Irons, my 8th grade coach, Coach Stacy Torrey, they all played a big role in the Fire Fither for me. Been in a position to where growing up without having my father there, and it was more of family members being there. It was definitely different when you had someone else that wanted the best for you and wanted to bring the best out of you. So again, that list can go a long way, because, you know, a lot of people have helped, played a part in my life to get me where I am to this day. You know, going all the way back to, you know, my junior college coach as well for giving me the opportunity. And once I was hurt, just, you know, bringing him in his office, talking about everyday life and, you know, things and goals and everything. So, again, that list can really be a long one. I like to give credit for everybody that played some type of part in my life because it helps me get to where I am today. So, I mean, it's a lot. Honestly, it's a lot. I feel like just everybody that's been a part of my life, the good or bad, helped me get to where I am today.
Sure. Excellent, excellent. Well, we appreciate the time you being able to pop in here real quick and just catch up with us. And season's right around the corner here, and I know you're getting excited, and the ladies are getting excited as well about it. But I appreciate you coming in, and appreciate you being with us.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
That is Coach C.B. Walker from the Jefferson College Vikings lady basketball team.
At Jefferson College, community is an important part of who we are and what we do.
We experience community as it unites us in our work and activities.
We reflect community through an annual day of service as we give back to those we serve.
We feel community knowing we're part of something greater than ourselves.
Our campus community is stronger than ever, and we realize community cannot exist without unity.
Welcome back to Viking Insider. Ray Halbrook here. We're catching up with a couple of our Lady Vikes basketball players today. Talia Lawson, who's a sophomore guard from Oklahoma City, went to Barton College, is coming in here as a college transfer studying general studies right now. And Alana Crumley, a sophomore forward from Fort Zumwalt South, studying business. Ladies, how you doing today?
Good, how are you?
Doing
Awesome.
great.
Awesome. Talia, we'll start with you, and you both be answering the same question, but we'll start with you for these. What brought you here to Jefferson College? What's the story about Talia Lawson, how she ended up here?
Well, during the summertime, looking for schools to get into play, came across Jefferson College, contacted them, and got contacted by the coaches. And out of everyone in my recruitment process, Jefferson just had like a family feeling, and everything that the coaches gave to me is what I was looking for. So after having those conversations and having conversations with other college coaches, I knew Jefferson was my home.
Interesting, very, very interesting. Alana, what's your story look like?
So I actually played travel softball my whole life, and I intended to play it at the 4-year level or at college. And my second semester of my senior year, I decided I wanted to actually play basketball in college. So I'd only started basketball my freshman year of high school, so it was going to be like a big step for me. So I just started reaching out to JUCOs my senior year, and I ended up coming here, got to tour the campus and talk to the coaches, and decided it would be best to come play here.
Excellent. Two very interesting stories here, and love it, love it, love it, love it. And I know the season hasn't started yet, but the season for you guys, you know, you're in that training mode right now, just kind of learning things with Coach C.B. Walker. How has the season been going so far? You know, obviously there's probably a lot to learn, but so far before the season starts here, how do you think things are going here, Talia?
I think they're going great. I think CB's doing a great job, and so are our assistant coaches. Coming into a new program with new girls, it can be difficult, but he's making it look easy on his end. And us as a team, we're getting to know each other more on and off the court. And I think our chemistry is going pretty great, and it'll be even better.
Nice. Excellent. Alana?
I think our season's off to a good start as well. We really got after it in preseason to get in shape for the practices now, and I think that the coaches are doing a really good job changing the program around and just pushing us every day to be our best and to get better. And we just had a couple like scrimmage games, and we got to see where we're at and what we are as a team, and we're just going to continue to work and get better.
Interesting, interesting. So we're going to get a little personal here with you ladies here real quick. What is a typical day look like here at Jefferson College for each one of you? Talia?
Well, of course I wake up, do what I need to do. We usually have individual shooting, or we'll have like open gym shooting where we have to get 30 minutes up. So I'll do one of those if I don't have class, and just get some work in the gym, work out, do some homework, wait for practice. And if I do have class, then I go to class first, then go do my individuals, and then practice.
Great. Alana?
So I usually just wake up in the morning and come get my shooting in, our 30-minute shooting that we have. Then I'll go to class, come home, back to the dorms, take a nap, because that's essential. And then I come to practice and get a good practice in, go to the weight room afterwards. Then I go to Dunkin' and get coffee, come back, shower, eat dinner, do some homework, and do it all the next day.
Great, great. You're giving us a great segue. You talked a little bit about dorm life, so we'll talk a little bit about that as well. Has there been any adjustments to dorm life coming from home?
In my opinion, no. I think coming here and adapting to like the environment and the team and the dorm lives, it's pretty great because we're with our teams, we're rooming with our teammates, so we're constantly seeing them 24/7. So it's like kind of like a family-oriented thing. Yeah. So it's like being at home with your family, but instead with your teammates who are your family. So it's really good.
Nice. Hello?
I love being in the dorms. Like she said, we're all together, like our rooms are all stacked right next to each other, so we're always coming in and out of each other's rooms, able to hang out, have a lot of fun, and it's just nice to have like the freedom to be living with our teammates and like be able to just have fun with everybody.
Great, great. Who or what inspires you in life? Talia?
My grandfather inspires me. He inspires me because he's kind of like my best friend. And he passed away before I started playing basketball in college. So everything I do now motivates me because of him, so he inspires me most.
Excellent. Alana?
I would say my faith inspires me a lot. I just grew up as a Christian, and it just continued through college, and it just helps me to push myself to be my best.
Excellent. Excellent. Last and final question for you here, and it's the Ray question. So we've kind of briefed you a little bit about it here, but what is something that may be interesting about you that folks don't know about? Could be a talent, could be an interest, could be a hobby. Talia?
I'm a country girl at heart, so fishing, I like doing all that. And I'm really good at the violin. No one knows it.
Nice.
You play the violin?
Yeah, nobody knows it.
See, she didn't even know it there, did she? How about that? Alana?
I'm actually right-handed in everything but basketball. Basketball's the only thing I play left-handed.
How about that? That I haven't seen before. I've seen baseball, I've seen hockey, I've not seen basketball like that. Excellent. Excellent answers. Well, ladies, we appreciate you coming in and being a part of this, and good luck to you on your season this year.
Thank you for having us.
Pop out November 2nd.
Yes, sir.
There you go. There you go. November 2nd, first game of the season, and I know that they're excited about it, and we appreciate having you ladies in. Talia Lawson, Alana Crumbly, thanks for being with us. This is Viking Insider.
Hi, I'm Sean, and I'm pursuing my associate's degree in the physical therapist assistant program at Jefferson College. I want to be that person that can change an athlete or a young person's life, and teachers are always there to help you and do anything they can to put you in a position to be a better student and better person.
Hi, I'm Bryce, and I am pursuing my associate degree in music at Jefferson College. What I like most about the program is how everybody helps each other. The music department is like a family to me and to everybody here.
Jefferson College, you belong here.
Well, welcome to another exciting segment here on the Viking Insider Show, and we are pleased to have the Jefferson College Athletic Director, Mr. Bob Deutschman, with us today. Bob, we appreciate you coming in.
Well, thank you for having me.
Well, we're looking forward to it. All these exciting things happening here not only at the college, but also specifically in the athletic department. Sure. And it's been a wild ride these last couple of years we've had when dealing with player safety and health during the COVID pandemic and negotiating through that, to some of the exciting changes that we've had to the facilities and to the field house. Sure. and other things. Can you talk a little bit about what that's been like, navigating all of that the last couple of years?
Well, I remember when I interviewed here, one of the questions, and in some way, shape, or form, we got into an answer that one of my responses was, I've been an AD now long enough where I have everything that I come across is kind of a repeat of something that's already happened. And a year later, little did you know that we'd face something that there was no script for, there was no book for, there was no trail, a breadcrumb trail on what to do with it, how to do with it. We were dealing with it on a day-to-day level. The rules were changing on a day-to-day level. The protocols were changing every day, and just trying to, you're just kind of put in a reactive mode where you're doing the things you can do and just waiting for a call from a trainer. As we're doing our wellness daily checks, you're one check away from a 5-bell alarm in a program or multiple programs. So I mean, it was a challenge. I'm looking back over those last 2 seasons. I think good fortune certainly plays a part of it, but I think we only lost 2 actual scheduled games in totality in the entire process of the 2 years, that we only actually didn't play twice.
Which that's a pretty good record, given the situation, as you said, the changing protocols, the changing information, and the folks that were in charge of all these programs, they're disseminating all this new information too. So it was uncharted territory for everyone across the board. That's for sure. During that time, we talked about, discussions came in at some point about adding some new teams here to the college, and the first step was adding female, the women's soccer team, so that could allow us to do some other things. Talk about what it was like to broach that subject, to be able to add some teams to the program here at Jefferson College.
Well, I mean, as we kind of came out of the back end of a year ago, actually I recall being at the softball regional tournament that we hosted. We hosted without a crowd, but we had our people there, and President McCaffrey was there, and it actually started on kind of a off the record, just casual conversation regarding men's basketball, and with all that had been going on, we really hadn't had a chance to talk a whole lot about looking just past our immediate problems, but just in a conversation there, and she went ahead and showed interest and said, let's go ahead and take a look at that and get me some information, and working with Dr. Harvey Manis, who's our vice president, working with her, just taking a look at it and what it would look like, and not only certainly men's basketball, which was the starting point, but then looking into cross country, which as I became aware is a very in this community is an extremely fruitful and sport of high interest, and so put that in, and I really wanted to get into it, as we started to go down that road with men's basketball and looking at it in a more expanded form, and looking at the cheer program, and wanted to bring that back, but in a much more robust format, to kind of partner with that, with that men's basketball edition. So yeah, when many places were looking to downside or cancel, we were one of the few that swam upstream against the current and looked at it for more an opportunity to grow, and to bring enrollment, to connect to the community more. And I was just fortunate to have certainly directly a vice president and a president who had the forethought and the courage to bring forward recommendations to our board to add as opposed to downsize. And I can't thank Dr. Harvey Manis and President McCaffrey enough for the opportunity to grow the program.
Well, and you said it's indicative of moves that can really help connect the community.
Sure.
Because now the local boys coming out of high school will have another option if they want to further their basketball careers here at a local school. And as you said, Jefferson County, perhaps like no other county in the state, is dominant and very interested in cross country, especially from a high school standpoint. We've got some very dominant programs here in the county, and here again another opportunity for local athletes to come to the school.
Sure.
And I think that's wonderful. In addition to those programs that you've added, you've also made some improvements to the facility.
Yes.
And can you talk a little bit about that?
Well, I certainly get the opportunity to come in here and take the credit for that, but the person that is not sitting here that deserves the lion's share of the new floor, of which we did launch a couple weeks ago with women's volleyball, having our first official game there. Marie Self, who's been here forever, and serves as our facilities coordinator and just a number of other roles that she takes on, and brought that opportunity, that thought to me about a year or so ago, and it's not often that you get an opportunity where a new floor is being offered at no cost to us, that our facilities people were going to pick up that budget, and Marie took it and ran with it and designed it, and she just did an incredible job of leading that initiative. And now we've got a brand new court that, like I said, we put out 3 weeks ago, and we're about to play our first official basketball game on it tonight, and couldn't be happier about that. A new scoreboard at the baseball field as well, which we're very happy with, and partnered with our foundation to get that up, and looking forward to more ventures coming up down the road.
Aside, and also some various maintenance repairs. I know you've run some high-speed internet out to the ball fields as well, and some of the maintenance issues, roof repairs, just to the field house, things of that nature. So, but yes, the floor itself. Now, that, for folks that don't know, that was the original floor here at the field house. So it served the community well. It's not something where we just all of a sudden decided, oh, let's get a new floor because it would look neat. That floor served a long time and many games over the years, and it was definitely needed. And folks, and hopefully you'll watch the game if you can't make it out tonight, and you'll get to see that beautiful new Jefferson College Vikings floor that is used for all kinds of events. In addition from basketball and volleyball, cheerleading, as you mentioned, but all kinds of events there in the gym as well.
Sure.
So it's something that is really was needed and is nice. But, in looking at your role as an athletic director here at community college, what do you feel like your most important responsibility, your most important job?
Well, I mean, to the fifth, the top floor of that is to make sure that we stay in compliance, and that we, not only do things the right way, but follow the rules, but not only just the rules, but the spirit of the rules. And so much of that process is dependent on the leadership that you put in place of each of your programs. Essential, so much of the activity that goes with your programs are done outside of the privy of your vision. And so you have to have people you trust. I couldn't be happier with our head coaching staff right now. We have 6 people that, that I consider of extremely high quality, that I would use the term collegiate, that we meet and exceed the expectation of what one would have with that title and of collegiate head coach, and all of the expectations that you would have. I feel we meet those and have exceeded them. We did our most 2 recent hires, our women's basketball program, who will lead us forward with the men. And Cornelius Walker is as well, as you'll see tonight. He's dynamic. He's first and foremost, he's a good guy, a good person, a dynamic, exciting, fun person to be around. And along with that, our men's soccer program, our men's and women's soccer head coach, Leo Driscoll, is equally as dynamic in different ways. They're 2 different guys, but the same. Great leaders. And you have the beginning part, and then you have the great fortune of having an Ida Steiger as your head volleyball coach. And Ida's been here before I got here, and she's just she's been here a long time. She's a seasoned coach. She does a great job with her players. Of course, both our men's and women, our men's baseball coach and women's softball coach, Chris Starkey and Zach Bowen, our local people, are just very good. So I mean, we're where I wanted to be. I couldn't be happier and with where those positions are right now, and certainly then in the internal side, we brought in Meredith Bushman, who does our academic monitoring, has done a great job. Our grades have been outstanding. Got a new administrative assistant. Angie is just a pleasure also to be around. She just joined us last year, and
another local product.
Yes, and she's just Angela Basson is just great. So I'm at that point where I'm very, very happy with where our group is, and certainly where we're going, and I don't know how long we'll be intact, because when you have success like this, it becomes attractive, and you're going to lose some people the right way, the way you want to lose them. But I feel very good where we're at right now.
Well, and you mentioned Coach Driscoll. We had, I guess, breaking news of the last 48 hours about Coach Driscoll. Do you want to share that with him being named the Coach of the Year there?
But that's news to me. You're breaking it to me.
Okay, Coach Driscoll. I think it was the last 48 hours. Region 16 Coach of the Year.
He probably knew about that and hasn't told me. But if you know Leo, that would be very much like him to be that way. He's done a great job. We have a number of players that are from where he's from, and English players, and the dynamic of this roster, I think it was a perfect start for him, and Brocklyn Chapman did a great job with the program prior to leaving. But to fall into Leo and to get the opportunity to bring him in to replace Brock and the direction he's taken the program, I'll be going up with the team on Friday to see us in that district semifinal. We're good. Soccer. It's now who plays the best. Not the best team, but the team who plays the best is going to win. We're in that part. I feel good about where we're at. Volleyball also is on the road next weekend in their district, and we got our hands filled with starting with Johnny Logan, and then moving on, if we were to win that, moving to Indian Hills, and Indian Hills was in our gym about 3-4 weeks ago, and they are extremely long, athletic, and have had a great year, so we got our hands full there. But again, I couldn't be happy with where we're at.
It's an exciting time of year, that's for sure, with the continuation of the fall sports into the postseason and the startup now of the winter sports. A lot going on over here at the college. Bob, there's probably not a typical day, but this is a generic question to ask you. What is a typical day like for yourself as the athletic director here at the college?
Well, you can see I'm in my barbecue outfit. I'm going to be going out here shortly, starting our tailgate, and I'll be cooking the hot dogs here in a little while.
That might be your most important responsibility.
Cooking it up. We're doing a little tailgate party for our opener today, and giving away hot dogs and chips and drinks for those who come to watch us play tonight. But typically, it depends. It's very seasonal. We just, certifying our women's basketball eligibility, things along those lines, federal reports. It just depends on the time. But once you get the team on the court, like we are tonight, the fun kind of begins. We can just sit back and watch the players play, watch your staff go to work. We'll watch CB have his first game with us officially tonight. I look forward to watching him go to work, and then of course on the back end, watching our fall teams make their trip through postseason. Hopefully it goes well. We can advance, get one of our teams that won or both through to the national tournament this year. But it's all good.
Well, let me ask you this, Bob. I know you're a huge baseball fan, huge sports fan, but obviously baseball, you come from that baseball background, both as a player, coach, scout, etc. But aside from athletics, how do you like to spend your free time, your downtime, when you get some?
I really don't watch a lot of baseball anymore. It's other than my son. When you kind of do it for a living. I'll watch the playoffs like now, or I'm a big Brewer fan, so I watch them, unfortunately, for the St. Louis crowd.
That's okay.
But
we can cut that out, by the way.
I got 2 kids, and one's a swimmer, one's a baseball player. Very busy. When you say free time, there's not much of it. I do play a lot. I play golf whenever I can, but it's having 2 kids in sports and then running an athletics department. There's not a lot, but it's all fun. I mean, I get paid to manage sports and games. So I mean, when I say work, it's relative to the job. I'm not sitting at a desk all day. The fun part is, like I said, being in the stands, watching your teams play, get on the road, see them in postseason. I mean, there's a lot of great, enjoyable things, but free time, not a lot.
Well, one final question for you, Bob. And of course, we've got our Pack the Stands promo tonight for the opening basketball game here at the Field House on the new floor, new first game for CB Walker. But aside from that, and aside from the fact that we want a big crowd on hand tonight, talk about some of the other programs, I guess, and for the folks who are maybe watching us and learning about some of these things for the first time, let the folks know why they should come out and support the Viking athletic department in various sports.
Well, I certainly you'll see high quality, I would say, across the board when you look at us. And of course, we're starting some programs from scratch next year. But the programs we have are doing well. I really think, number one, you'll see a good product. And you'll see a well-coached product and a well-managed product. I feel very good about not just to the level we play at, but the way we kind of go about our business and the way our coaches coach our players. And I think you will see some hardworking, humble, talented, hungry players that are trying to use this opportunity to create another opportunity for themselves down the road. And you go, top to bottom with our baseball and softball program, which I consider our legacy program. Certainly, if you've been in this area, I'm only in my 4th year, but Jefferson softball and baseball have been of high quality for years and known for it. But then to see us, in women's basketball, I see the banners. I know what it was. I'm trying to now restore that. I see the banners. I see what it is. I know the history of our volleyball program long times ago, and seeing us now start to climb back into that place that it was. But trying to get it back in a new format, get back to putting banners up again, like I see every day, and what the era prior to me. But I think if you give us a chance, once we get you in the gym or at the field the first time, you'll want to come back.
Absolutely, and that's what keeps me coming back, and my involvement here with the college as well, and all the great things that go on, and the athletes themselves, getting to know. And that's another thing about the junior college experience. You're up close and personal with a lot of the athletes, and they're very affable, and they're able to talk with the fans after the games and things like that. And it's just a great family experience out here, and I highly recommend it. And Bob, we certainly appreciate you coming in and taking the time today. And hopefully we'll have a big crowd tonight and a big crowd for the rest of our basketball and our winter programs this coming season. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Thank you.
We've been speaking here today with Jefferson College Athletic Director Bob Deutschman.